most important supports, and so we're just really thankful for all of you, and really be thankful to your parents, right? We've gone through a lot. We've gone through a lot as a team. One of the groups of people that I want to also say thank you for that's not here at all are the people that donated to our team. Really understand, like, we wouldn't be able to be where we were, with our warm-ups, our home warm-ups, and our away warm-ups, our water bottles, JV for part of the tournament, right? All that stuff was made possible because we were able to get about $1,000 worth of donations, right? Again, more so than any other team, and we were able to do that. I'll probably record a video of you guys saying thank you so I can post it on. And so, and really thinking like, hey, we were trying to get to 5,000 and we got to 1,000. Imagine what we could do with $4,000 more of trying to get us to camps and trying to get us all these things like paid for, And so hopefully that'll encourage you to look towards the future as we build our program. Coach McPherson already said a little bit, but like having another coach is one of the most important things for a developing team, and so really thankful again for that. And to the players, right? To JV, JV, if you guys could just like really give yourselves a round of applause for what you did. So here's the thing: you all walked into a league, right, of about 5 games, and you played against big schools, like, what were some of the schools? Like Escondido. We played against, do you guys remember any of the teams that you guys played? San Isidro. You did play San Isidro. You played Grossmont High, right? Big schools with thousands of students. And even though we didn't come out with the win, if you ask any of our varsity players, the hardest part is getting started. But once you commit to it, you start rolling, right? And that's the fun part. That's the fun part about sports, is that you're never perfect. You're never going to be perfect in it. You can strive for perfection. You can try to be the best. But no matter what stage you are, there's always going to be someone better, right? There's always going to be someone better. And so I just want to encourage you, JV, to continue working. And don't be discouraged by the losses. Don't be discouraged by the things that we had to overcome. Players just dipping out, players with medical, things that couldn't join us on the court, that got hurt or whatever. And so, really realizing that there's so much potential, and you're so young as freshmen and sophomores. A few juniors that will really. You have a lot of time left with you, right? And so realize that, and it's a blessing in disguise, like to not be thrown into a varsity situation, a high pressure situation, and have to deal with all that, and really just playing the game to understand the game and playing the game to love the game. So JV, I just want to encourage you and applaud you for this season, and you should be proud of yourselves. To varsity. Seriously, how far have we come, right? And I was looking at this, and I got to pull this up real quick. Anyone know what we finished last year? 2-11. Okay, 2-11. And the 2 wins were to CCPA, right? But it's not that we went from 2-11. Does anyone know our record this year?
7-2. Wait, 7-3?
7-3 in league, but overall 7-7. Okay, so we landed just at 500. But more impressive than just the 5 extra wins that we got is this. Last year, points per game. Anyone want to guess how many points per game we scored last year?
20.
That's generous.
It was like 10. It was like
15 points per game. We scored 15 points per game, and we scored a total of 195 points in the whole season. This year, we averaged about 33.2 points per game, meaning we doubled our points scoring, okay? And we scored 465 points.
good job, ladies.
And when you look at the numbers, I mean, numbers don't lie. They tell the story of like how far we've come and how much we have left. I mean, think about it this way. If we didn't have some of the injuries that we had on the team, if we were still going strong, I have no doubt that we would have been in the playoffs, right? We're a tough team, and we had so much potential. Anyone remember what I said last year during Banquet, during my speech? I said this was a year of what?
Oh, it was like
This is our year of excuses, right? This is our year of excuses. If you remember this, I said this is a year of excuses. Yeah, I couldn't, and we couldn't win because of this, and we couldn't win, and we had so many reasons and excuses, and it was okay because it was our first year of actually having, our second year of program, but my first year as coach. But it was our year of excuses, and I put that pressure on you as this year, this 2018 year, was our year of no excuses. There will be no excuses, and the thing that you should be proud of yourselves for is that all of you rose to the occasion. We doubled our scoring. We blew teams away, right? I guarantee you the second time we played Bonsall, even though it was kind of close to first quarter, they were already scared of us before the game started because we just beat them 50-11 or something the time before. Playing against CCPA wasn't oh my gosh, we might win, hopefully we'll win, we'll probably win. It was, oh no, we're going to win, to the point where I was like, hey, make 10 passes, try to make it really difficult for all of you, and yet we still blew them away, right? Think about that for a second. Think about the improvement that you see within yourself and within your teammates. McPherson brought up that, Liz was passing the ball and dishing it out like the most beautiful passes ever, right? She was like Steph Curry, okay? We had players that could play all sorts of ball, and it was fun. And you know what the most fun part about this is? The most fun part is our top 3 scorers are still with us next year. Go ahead, yeah, go ahead. And we have so much potential. I hope that all of you see this, that we have so much potential to be a good ball-playing team, right? And as we look towards the future, I want to encourage you, hey, this is only made possible if you work hard, if you put in the work for it, if you try, right? And so I just want to encourage y'all with that. Things clicked this year, and that is especially because of the leadership of our seniors. And so seniors, let's give it up for our seniors one more time. With the exception of Nicole, all of our seniors are new ball players, right? For the most part, learning basketball very recently, and yet we had players that were willing to play defense and willing to try to figure out what the heck we were doing, right? And that's the best part of it, right? That's the best part, which is we have leaders on the court and off the court, and that brings me kind of to my main point, which is, hey, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Right? Tomorrow's not guaranteed. I asked Alyssa, I was like, hey, what do you think about next year? And she's like, I was like, you coming back next year? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, what? What do you mean you don't know? You better be coming back next year. And I thought about it, and I was like, hey, tomorrow's not guaranteed for any of us. Right? Tomorrow's not guaranteed for any of us, whether it's playing basketball, right? Who knows, right? And so I want to encourage y'all that we go into the rest of this, into the off season, into finishing your freshman, sophomore, junior, senior years, finishing up high school. With that mentality, tomorrow's not guaranteed. We've had a couple issues, as was brought up in a couple speeches, things that we had to call meetings for, things that we had to sit down and go, hey, look, check this out. We gotta fix this. We because our team's more than just basketball. In fact, it's more not basketball than basketball, right? And that's because we're a Division 5 team. Chances are we're not going to be playing ball at the college level. But you build this team and you build the relationships that you have with each other so that you understand that tomorrow might not be guaranteed, but today is better with each other. And I hope y'all understand that. I hope y'all realize that, right? I hope y'all see that you have the potential to be more than just a team. You guys are a family. And that's the one thing that I really pride ourselves in being. You know, we're not just the smartest team in school, which you should probably give yourselves a round of applause for. Right? We're not just the highest GPA team in school, but we're the closest team in school. Right? And with that comes is ups and downs, and I want to encourage you, even though the wind or the fire might be over between the most recent thing that happened between some of y'all within the team, or some of us within the team, you can say, right? Things will come back. Things will happen again, right? Off season, when I'm not watching y'all for 3 hours of the day. And so what are you gonna do then? If we really live like tomorrow's not guaranteed and tomorrow's not for sure, then what are you going to do to support each other as a family and as a team, right? And so I want to encourage y'all. I want to encourage y'all that as we go, as we leave this place, that you realize, you look at someone and you go, hey, like, thank you for this season, and I'm really excited for the next season of life that we have together. Really look into someone's eyes and go, hey, I love you and thank you, right? Because you don't get to do that very often in life, and this is one of those places where I really think it is important for you too. And so, you know, think about that. Love each other, right? Because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And so let's work hard. I expect, and the expectation I'm gonna end with this, and this is my expectation for all of you. My expectation for all of you is this: to work hard in the off season, because I really think next year is our year. If we just worked an inch harder, this year would have been our year for league champs, right? If we just worked an inch harder. But hey, you learn from losing, right? You learn from the losses more than you learn from the wins. And so let's learn from that. The 3 losses that we had, right? We almost beat Bayfront in the last 3 minutes of that game. Anyway, if any of you were paying attention, we were down by 4 points with 2 minutes left. And they went on to win league. We had them, right? We lost by single digits every single time to any team that beat us. That's ours. That's ours. And you have to decide if you really want it now. Not in September, not in August. You gotta decide that now. Put in that work, okay? I was telling Coach McPherson this, and I'll end with this story. So we played that senior versus staff game. Thank you ladies for supporting and cheering. That was really fun. Give it up for your seniors. And you guys know, if you guys really have Stephanie's back, that you will go after Mr. Ruiz and be like, that was messed up, right? If anyone saw the SWAT that Mr. Ruiz did on Stephanie.
You should have done that.
Yeah, you should. But after that, I went to go coach my badminton team. We're playing in a tournament right now. They're up in Claremont, like an hour north, real quick. And I was sitting down, and one of the coaches, like, I felt something in my hair, and one of the coaches was like, "Dude, coach, you have like 20 white hairs." And I was like, "No, you're lying." And they took a picture, and I was like,
I'm getting old.
I know. Well, I know why. I have one person for every hair that I know is the cause of that.
And for Alyssa too.
For Alyssa, definitely, probably more than 2. But I love it. I love doing this with y'all. Okay, not the gray hairs. But if there's any headache and heartache, right, we can say that for this year. You know, it's with y'all that I do it with. And tomorrow's not guaranteed. Next year's not guaranteed, right? Who knows what happens with me? We don't know. You don't know that. So let's take this time and appreciate the here and now, and let's love on each other, right? So, love you guys. Yeah.